All right, y'all. So this is the Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 10, episode 15. And we picked up right where we left off from 2 weeks ago because you guys know last week was the Oscars and whatnot. That's why the show didn't come on and everything. So yeah, from 2 weeks ago, we see Nene explaining to the girls what happened with Portia and everything. Nene is telling them that Portia is just over this trip completely and everything. And, Nene lets them know, listen, she didn't talk bad about you guys at all. She was just talking about herself and what she's feeling and everything. And Candy respects the fact that Portia, needs to take a break or whatever. And, at this point, she knows that she doesn't have to be so kind of cold towards Portia, but she doesn't get over shit easily. And once again, we do understand that. We understand that, Candy doesn't get over things easily. I'm going to be honest with y'all. And I probably have told y'all this before. I don't necessarily get over things easily. But the way you've been acting, Candy, and the way your candy coated clique has been acting, for y'all to sit up here and just continuously talk about that girl, and then for y'all to continuously taunt her, it just wasn't cool. If you're not going to be cool with her, then that's cool, but don't sit up here and just be on some flip-flop-ish type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so yeah. Nene is like, that she told her that she might need to talk to, the group as a whole and be like, listen, I fucked up or whatever. Not just sit up here and say I apologize, but then, don't show it with your actions or whatever, this, that, and the third. And once again, like I told y'all, I feel like the only person that Portia needs to prove herself to is Candy. But I don't feel like she need to be kissing Candy's ass neither. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the only person she needs to prove herself to is Candy, but I feel like she don't need to be kissing Candy's ass either, because it's like, like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so they finally arrive at the hotel that they're going to be staying in, and I think it's like maybe what, two girls per suite. So they got like, these different suites or whatever, and it's like two girls per suite. So Sheree and Shamia, they're sharing the suite or whatever. Sheree, Shamia is like, you ain't been getting no calls from Tyrone or whatever. And, Sheree is like, he done called like 4 times, but I done missed the call or whatever, this, that, and the third. So then he just so happens to call as they're talking. And, Shamia is like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to, leave y'all to it or whatever. So, in the meantime, it's like, what, 1 something in the morning, and the girls, are showing up to the suite that Nene, Cynthia, and Marlo are in or whatever. And Nene is like, where's Sheree at? What's going on with her? And Shamia is like, oh girl, she on the phone with Tyrone and everything. They like, oh, okay. And so, Candy is like, listen, I had presented this idea to Sheree, but I feel like tonight would be the perfect time to, have Sheree kind of like dress up or whatever so she could send some pictures to Tyrone and everything, And Nene is like, well, how is that going to work if the pictures are going to be on her phone? And Marlo, she's like, listen, nowadays, these dudes or, whoever, these dudes and these females, they be sneaking phones into the prison or whatever. I was like, yeah, Marlo, you would kind of know. But yeah, Marla was like, they be sneaking phones into the prison and everything. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of even knew that from watching Orange is the New Black. Although Orange is the New Black is a TV show, but that type of stuff does really happen for real. But anyway, so Nene, she's like, I mean, girl, do Sheree know about this shit or whatever? And, Candy is like, I mean, no, not really. And then, Nene is like, well, Candy, you could take the lead on this whole situation then. And Cynthia's like, yeah, because I feel like I done caused enough beef or whatever with certain people. I don't need no more and everything. And Candy is like, I mean, it's fine or whatever, whatever, And, Candy asks, she asks Nene, She's like, did you talk to Sheree about the whole, Tyrone situation since the whole elephant room or whatever? And so Nene is like, why would I talk to her about that? And, Nene is like, I've been married for over 20 years and, I've never been out with Tyrone and everything and all this other stuff. And I was kind of looking like, I was like, girl, whoever said anything about you being out with Tyrone or whatever, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? And Candy was saying the same thing that I was saying. Like, who said that? Who said that, Nene? Like, so that's just kind of like how everybody was just kind of looking at her. And everybody kind of felt like Nene was being defensive. Eva, she definitely kind of noticed that Nene was kind of being defensive with the whole situation. Like, I'm not Tyrone's friend. I'm not his cousin. I'm not his lover. I'm not his side piece or nothing like that. She like, I don't know nothing about this motherfucker, just besides the little bit of shit I do know about him or whatever, this, that, and the third. But yeah, so Sheree finally shows up like an hour later, like at 2 o'clock in the morning. And they ask her about Tyrone and like, did you talk to him every day? And she's like, yeah, just about every day or whatever. So, they present her with the idea of doing a photo shoot or whatever. And Sheree is like, girl, no, I don't really want to do that. I'm not feeling my best and everything. And, Cynthia, she kind of wants to pull the sexy out of Sheree or whatever. And Marlo is like, listen, can you just come to me? Come with me into my room for a minute. I just want to at least show you the vision that I had for you or whatever. I just want you to, at least do that or whatever. So, Marlo and Sheree, they go into the room and everything. And in the meantime, Eva, her being one of the models of this group, she's showing them like some poses and all this other stuff or whatever. And, pretty much Sheree is feeling kind of awkward and everything. Marlo is dressing her up how kind of like Marlo would dress herself up. So I can understand, that's not Sheree's stilo, you know what I'm saying? And you could kind of tell the way Marlo was kind of dressing Sheree up, that's not some shit that Sheree would wear. It's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like this long kind of wig. It came like to right here. The wig came to kind of like right here. And it was like some cheetah print, leopard print, whatever you want to call it, stuff going on. It's just the whole get up with some shit that I really couldn't see Sheree doing like on a regular, you know what I'm saying? Sheree was kind of feeling it a little bit, and she was kind of feeling like shit. I don't think I was sending this shit to Tyrone and everything. And, but Sheree did kind of loosen up. She was being a good sport about it or whatever, this, that, and the third. And, doing the pictures and everything. And I don't know. For me, I kind of feel like if I was trying to do some shit like that for a friend, like if I had a friend who was with somebody that was locked up, I would kind of, they kind of all did, well, some of them kind of somewhat took pictures or whatever, but my whole thing is like, I would kind of like, get dressed up with her and everything. Like, see, some of them, they did take pictures, too, along with Sheree or whatever, but I felt like, I would have kind of got dressed up a little bit as well. See, some of the other girls like Cynthia or Marlo or whoever, they took pictures or whatever too, but they didn't get all, jazzed up like they made Sheree do and everything. I would have kind of got jazzed up too, just to make Sheree feel a little bit more comfortable or whatever, because it is kind of weird when everybody's looking at you and everything and you trying to be on your model type of shit or whatever. So I did kind of understand Sheree in that aspect. You do get kind of nervous when everybody just looking at you and everything. But anyways, because I'm rambling on now. But anyway, so we're on day 3. And we see that they were up until like 4 something in the morning, twerking and doing what they do or whatever, and everybody's trying to recap their whole night and everything. And I feel like those are kind of some of the most funniest times, is when everybody is trying to piece together what exactly happened that night or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I feel like those are kind of some of the funniest moments or whatever. But so like I said, they all trying to piece together what happened. Sheree, she's telling Candy, Shamia, and Eva that she feels like she looked a hot mess or whatever at the photo shoot. And they're like, no, girl, you look good and everything, and this, that, and the third. And Shamia tells Sheree about how they kind of asked Nene a question about Tyrone, and how Candy pretty much got chewed the fuck out over it and everything. And meanwhile, in the other room with Nene, Marlo, and Cynthia. Now Cynthia, she had her shades on and stuff. I said, oh yeah, that's how you know Cynthia fucked up. And Cynthia was drinking from a bottle even that morning and everything. And Marlo was like, damn, bitch, you look like you drinking from a Colt 45. I ain't gonna lie, that's probably some shit I would do. Like, for real, you know what I'm saying? But, Marlo is like to Nene, girl, I mean, you did kind of curse Candy out a little bit or whatever. And Nene is like, I mean, listen, I felt like it was inappropriate or whatever. And, Candy, she's saying to Sheree, like, I had kind of asked, Nene about like that weird interaction between you two in the elephant room. And, Candy is pretty much telling Sheree what Nene has said or whatever. And and pretty much how she was like, don't ask me about Tyrone and everything. And how Nene had said something about, we never dated and all this other stuff. And Sheree was like, wait a minute, dating? And Shamia thinks that Sheree and Nene need to have a conversation. And Sheree is like, listen, I tried to have a conversation with her at her event or whatever, but y'all see how that shit kind of went. And and for her to kind of go off on Candy, that just kind of further confirms, what I feel about Nene in this whole Tyrone situation. And Sheree starts to tell them pretty much how she met Tyrone or whatever, and how Nene did know Tyrone maybe a few months before Sheree did or whatever, and how he wanted, I guess, Nene, Sheree, and Kim to like do this event or whatever. And how Nene tried to go behind, Sheree and Kim, and try to lower their value to show up to the event or whatever. And, they flash back to like 6 years ago. You guys remember when Nene and Sheree had their conversation or whatever. And Nene tried to deny, I guess, ever talking to Tyrone or something like that. You guys remember what happened, and kind of how Nene had walked away from that situation or whatever, because she didn't want to further carry on the conversation with Sheree and everything. And so, I guess Nene had met Tyrone like earlier that summer, during like that year or whatever that they all met Tyrone and everything. Nene had met Tyrone like earlier that summer and everything. And Sheree was like, she hadn't seen Nene in 4 years until the Jamaica trip. And how, Sheree thought that at that point her and Nene was good and everything, but now it's just kind of like, what the fuck is going on here? So then we have everybody getting on the bus or whatever, Marlo, she tries to say that she saw Candy sneaking out of Cynthia's room the night before. And Candy is like, girl, please, Cynthia would have remembered or whatever. And, Nene is like, well, do you think you're a good kisser or whatever? And, I mean, Candy is like, I mean, I ain't trying to brag, but, I mean, I am. You know what I'm saying? So then Cynthia, she starts being kind of creepy a little bit, talking about, well, not talking about, but she just started like licking her lips or whatever, like. And I was like, oh, Cynthia. I was like, oh, girl, what is you doing here? You know what I'm saying? And, Candy, she catches on and she's like, oh, do y'all see this girl right here? Y'all see how she looking at me and licking her lips and all this other stuff or whatever, whatever. And Cynthia want a piece of candy, y'all. Cynthia wants a piece of candy, okay? And Cynthia's like, listen, Candy is a boss. And if I was with her, I would be a housewife every day. I would ask her what she want to eat. Do she want a massage and all this other stuff, whatever, whatever. And then, they end up at like this pork place or whatever. And, they get to check something off of Cynthia's list, and the thing they get to check off is like a delicacy. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, didn't y'all do that the last episode? But I guess maybe because only a couple of people did it, I guess maybe she wanted everybody to eat a delicacy or whatever. So the pork that they're going to try is like some pork, I guess they've been aging, like some, aging like some wine or some alcohol or whatever. It's like some old ass pork. So, Nene, of course, she's being dramatic. And she's like this trying to, touch at the pork. She's like, like, I don't know if I want to touch this, and just picking at it and everything. And they like, girl, if you don't go on ahead and eat the shit and call it a day. So Sheree, she's like, come on, girl, we said we was gonna do this or whatever. So Nene finally does it and everything. She finally eats the pork or whatever, and that's that. So then Sheree, Candy, and Shamia, they're like, we'll meet up with y'all a little later on. We're going to go do some more shopping and everything. And, I guess around this time, it was like a protest going on out there in Barcelona. I guess them trying to get like their independence from the government or something like that. I kind of didn't catch everything that they were saying in regards to that, but pretty much they were protesting and everything. And the girls was kind of concerned because they wanted to kind of make it back home to America and everything, But anyway, so Nene is asking, Eva, how was it like, rooming with Candy or whatever? And Eva was like, it was great. She has given me insight about the group or whatever. But Eva is like, I'm not going to lie, Nene, you did kind of chew her out about Jailbird Tyrone and everything. And, Eva's like, Sheree did kind of explain the situation between you and her and the whole Tyrone shit to us or whatever. And, I didn't know that y'all just now was getting back cool or whatever. And Nene is like, listen, the only person y'all need to talk to me about is Greg Leaks or whatever, because that's who I've been with and all this other stuff. Now, listen. Y'all know I told y'all before I was kind of side-eyeing Tyrone in regards to the whole him and Nene situation. Nene is kind of acting strange and defensive like she normally gets or whatever. So, don't know what that's about. Y'all let me know. Do y'all feel like Nene has something going on with Tyrone? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, at the end of the day, she didn't end up with him. And, look where he's at now. But y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. Do y'all feel like Nene has something going on with Tyrone and she just don't want to talk about it for whatever reason? You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know. But anyway, so pretty much Nene has no desire to talk about him. So we get into the next day. Marlo thinks that Sheree has kind of been too quiet, especially when it comes to the whole Kim situation. I'm just like, oh Lord, we back on this bullshit or whatever. And Nene feels as though Sheree, isn't on nobody's side. She's just here for her. I do kind of see that. I think if the chips really did come down to it though, if the chips really fell down, I really do think Sheree probably would be more so on Kim's side, but I do kind of see Sheree too just kind of being for herself. But she's like, shit, Sheree knew about the video before we got to Barcelona or whatever, this, that, and the third. And once again, we can't even really say that Sheree didn't know that Kim wasn't going to post the video, because you guys remember 2 weeks ago when her Portia and Shamia was on the phone with Kim, and Kim was like, hold up, let me go find this video. Like, hold up, I'll be right back, or whatever she said. It was kind of like, I mean, you knew at that point Kim was going to do something with that damn video. But anyway, so, Nene feels as though Sheree should have said something. And it's like, I mean, I get it because you two are supposed to be cool and stuff like that. But then at the same time, it does seem like, even though Sheree does kind of, the vibe that she gives off, it seems like she's here for self. At the same time, I do feel like, once again, I feel like her loyalty lies a little bit more with Kim. You know what I'm saying? But Sheree could have told Kim, I mean, bitch, you is kind of wrong for that or whatever. But, I mean, hey, can't make nobody do what they don't want to do. But whatever. So anyways, the girls, they're back on the bus or whatever. And Cynthia kind of wants to take them somewhere, take them to like this beach and everything. Because she just wants it to be all about love and positivity. And, Cynthia wants to have like this signature cleanse or whatever. It's not like a baptism, but just like a cleansing or whatever. So, Candy gives them like a piece of her song or whatever, and as she feels as though it's about positivity. But Cynthia, on the other hand, feels like, I mean, if we was on another day, this song would be cool, but yeah, this song ain't really talking about no positive shit. It's like, fuck the haters and whatever Candy was saying in the song. I don't even remember. Like, everybody just be making fun of Candy and every man wants a woman. Everybody just be making fun of Candy and how she sings. And listen, Candy is not like on my top 5, not even top 10 vocalists or whatever. Yeah, I mean, I fucks with Candy, even though she gets on my nerves sometimes, but yeah, she ain't the best vocalist to me, but, whatever. So anyways, everybody, we're at the beach at this point. Everybody has, like, a candle, and underneath the candle is, like, a person's name, or whoever person's name that they got. They have to say something positive about them. Candy got Sheree, Marlo got Candy, Eva got Shamia. And, Eva, she was like, I did not appreciate the shade or whatever. And she addresses the shade that she felt like Shamia threw. And I was just like, oh, Lord. I thought I was going to go left. But Eva, she apologizes for her part in that situation or whatever. Sheree gets Marlo. Shamia gets Eva. And she apologizes to Eva for how she came at her or whatever. Nene has Portia. Even though Portia is not there, Cynthia still did want to include Portia or whatever. Nene has some nice things to say about Portia. And then Candy is like, even though Portia did what she did or whatever, she don't have to be vindictive towards her and everything. And I'm just thinking to myself, well, I hope you keep that mindset, because like I said, it's understandable if you feel like you can't really be cool with her and everything, but to just do all this extra shit that you've been doing is like, yeah, girl, you're just kind of making yourself look bad. So, of course, Cynthia has Nene under her candle. She says some good things about Nene, and then Cynthia is rubbing water on herself as if she's like doing some Playboy porno type of shit and everything. And that was the episode, y'all. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys come back, share the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, y'all. Peace.